Good evening and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. The Bauchi State Police Command has apprehended suspected killers of 6 Youth Corps members and a policewoman during the 2011 post-election violence in the state. Correspondent Muazu Hassan reports that the command is also in custody of another suspect alleged to have attempted selling of his biological daughter.
It could be recalled that there was an election violence shortly after announcing result of the 2011 presidential election in Giat local government area of Bauchi State. The divisional police headquarters was set ablaze. The 6 youth corps members and a policewoman were murdered by suspected gangs of thugs, allegedly led by one Kabiru Musa. It is over a decade of manhood spawning, but the Bauchi State Police Command has succeeded in arresting the principal suspects, who were also accused of killing a 17-year-old girl at Ogun.
The homicide committed by them in April is what led us to go back, because a lot of people are afraid of the guy. He is such an irresponsible and highly dangerous human being that people are afraid even to come forward to give evidence against him. We work on the ground, we are able to identify and get the old case diary and start the investigation of 2011 afresh, so that no matter what it takes, we will make sure that he pays the music for what he has done.
The Bauchi State Police Command has also arrested a 49-year-old Yusuf Muhammad of Dagu village in Warji local government area for attempting to sell his 5-year-old daughter at the sum of 1.5 million naira. The Bauchi State Police Commissioner Awal Muhammad said investigations are ongoing, after which the suspect will be charged to court. In Bauchi, Muaz Hassan, NTA News.
Now, in furtherance of his establishment of the Office of the Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Change, the Special Presidential Envoy, and to bring clarity to the function of the office within the climate and green economy ecosystem, President Bola Tinubu has approved the terms of reference for the pioneering office of SPEC. A statement by the Director Information and Public Relations Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Segun Imoyosen, indicates that the President's directive of the Office of the Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Action shall be the lead negotiator on climate-related matters on behalf of the federal government and reporting directly to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The lead negotiator on carbon markets and management initiatives on behalf of the Federal Republic of Nigeria also has a mandate to integrate the work of the Intergovernmental Committee on National Carbon Markets. Now let's tell you that Yobe State has made another commitment in the fight against climate change and other environmental challenges as it acquired advanced amphibious excavator for the dredging and clearing of blocked waterways along Hadejia-Aguru wetlands for farming and other economic activities to fully resume in the area after they have been paralyzed. Yunusa Suleiman tells us more about this development.
The popular Aguru wetland in Yobe State has the potential for the cultivation of different varieties of agricultural products that can add value to the nation's food security. However, the invasion of the wetland by the notorious typer grass over the years is obstructing the flow of water into the wetland and taking over vast expanses of Adama plains used for irrigation farming. Additionally, it makes fishing impossible and aids flooding during the rainy season, submerging farmlands and displacing communities along the Hadejia, Jama'are, Kamadugu, Yobe River banks. The acquisition of this giant amphibious multipurpose excavator through a joint effort between the Yobe State government and World Bank's assisted project, ACRISAL, is viewed as a declaration of war against the invading Taipa in a holistic approach.
We have experienced a lot of devastation arising from the floods, which of course we are sure with this machine, a lot of these problems will be addressed, and of course there will be free flow of water along the tributaries.
The purpose of the government to buy this is to actually clear the block water coming down from Jigawa, and then, you know, the basin transfers the whole state into two. It's supposed to finish its revolution at Baga, which is actually very close to the Lake Chad. So in fact, the water or the basin is actually extended up to Lake Chad and then Niger Republic.
To ease the transportation of this swamp boogie from one point to the other, a low-bed truck was also acquired to serve this purpose. In the Matru, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
Nigeria and the Republic of Belarus have signed a 5-year action plan on strengthening partnership with agriculture and food security. The signing of the agreement took place in Minsk, the Belarusian capital, during a working visit by the Nigerian Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari. Musa Baba Aliyu reports.
Nigerian Minister of Agriculture and Food Security Abubakar Kyari was in Minsk, the Belarusian capital, for bilateral discussion on agricultural partnership between Nigeria and Belarus. The minister was received by Sergei Lukashevich, First Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Belarus. Together, they signed an action plan 2024 to 2029 on the supply of 2,000 tractors to Nigeria. This also includes supply of 9,022 units of assorted agricultural implements, 9,022 sets of spare parts, establishment of 52,000 service centers and tractor assembly plants in Nigeria. Abubakar Kyari said the agreement underscores the mutual commitment to advancing cooperation in the agricultural sector with Belarus. The partnership, the minister said, will foster significant growth and development in agriculture, enhancing food security for both nations. The minister said the dedication to the collaboration reflects shared vision for a future of sustainable agricultural development and mutual benefit for the two countries. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
In another development, the federal government has flagged off the distribution of foodstuff to the vulnerable in the 20 local government areas of Ogun State. The Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency, Zubaida Omar, performed the official handing over of the foodstuff to Ogun State government in Abeokuta for onward distribution to the beneficiaries. Lekon Agbonde reports.
That was the official symbolic handing over of assorted food items to the chairman of the 20 local government areas of Ogun State for onward distribution to vulnerable across the state. The Director General, National Emergency Management Agency, Zubaida Umar, represented, notes that the federal government is truly committed to alleviating the suffering of Nigerians and urged Ogun State residents to effectively utilize the food commodities.
Ogun State has been allocated 15,600 bags of 50 kg bags of maize. Based on the directive of Mr. President, 20% of the food items due for each local government area should be given to religious organizations and 3% to be given to boarding schools in each of the local government areas.
We are delivering hope, security, and a promise that no one will be left behind. They symbolize our collective commitment to the principles of equity and compassion.
A committee of stakeholders for the effective distribution of the assorted food commodities has been constituted at the local government area level in Abeokuta. Lekon Agbonde, NTA News.
Sokoto Network Center will be our first port of call nationwide, and Sadia would be our guide. Good evening, Sadia.
Good to see you. Northern part of Nigeria has the potentials to produce food capable of feeding the region and the entire country, as well as for exports, if northern governors prioritize mechanized agriculture in their states. This is coming from the former governor of Kebbi State, Muhammad Adamu Aleru, while flagging off the distribution of agricultural inputs to farmers by Sokoto State government in collaboration with Agro-Climatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscape Project with the support of the World Bank. Lat Abdullahi has details.
The distribution of the mechanized agricultural inputs to farmers in Wurno and the Lugo Dam irrigation scheme is to boost agricultural production in the areas. 100 tractors, 150 tiller machines, 1 excavator, 10,000 tons of assorted fertilizer, and 10,000 tons of assorted seed, among other inputs, were distributed to farmers. Former Governor of Kebbi State, Senator Muhammad Adamu Aleru, who launched the distribution, acknowledges the giant stride made by Sokoto State government in various areas, especially the agricultural sector, within 1 year, and urges him to sustain the tempo.
Let the traditional rulers be involved so that the traditional ruler will supervise and ensure that it is being used judiciously and it is not taken to any other place other than the area it is meant for.
Governor Amir Aliyu calls on the beneficiaries to ensure proper use of the inputs for maximum yield.
We will continue to support any development partner willing to come and invest in our states, and any program that has direct bearing to the teeming populace of our prestigious states.
Commissioner for Environment Noura Shehu Tangaza reaffirms commitment of Sokoto State government in supporting farming communities to boost agricultural production. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
The promotion of safe motherhood and child spacing initiatives can reduce incidents of physical-vaginal fistula and improve maternal health outcomes. These were the views of experts at an event to mark Safe Motherhood and Physical-Vaginal Fistula Day at Mariam Abacha Women and Children Hospital, Sokoto. Zainab Said Abdul Nasir tells us more on the relationship between safe motherhood, child spacing, and VVF.
Safe motherhood refers to a safe, healthy pregnancy, childbirth, and postnatal experience. This includes access to quality health care, skilled attendance at birth, and emergency obstetrics care when needed. Vesicovaginal fistula, on the other hand, is a serious injury that occurs during childbirth due to prolonged obstructed labor, resulting in a hole between the bladder and the vagina, leading to incontinence and other complications. To reduce these complications and promote safe deliveries, Sokoto State Governor's wife Hajj Fatima Ahmad Aliyu brought goodwill to the women of Sokoto State.
This year's theme, Breaking the Cycle, Preventing Fistula Worldwide, underscored the urgent need to address obstetric fistula comprehensively, emphasizing equitable access to quality maternal health services, social reintegration, and sustained investment in health care system.
By promoting safe motherhood, childbirth spacing, incidents of VVF can be reduced and maternal health outcomes improved.
Comprehensive fistula care program goes beyond surgical intervention, offering intensive rehabilitation.
When the woman gets pregnant, she carried the pregnancy safely and healthy, and carried the pregnancy to term and deliver safely.
Apart from routine surgeries, we used to have full effort surgeries in order to take care of larger patients, because as I'm talking now, we have backlog of more than 200 women awaiting surgery.
The Sokoto State Governor's wife, Fatima Ahmad Aliyu, had an interactive session with the VVF patients and presented them with support packages. Pregnant women at the Mariam Abacha Women and Children Hospital were also presented with birth kits. Mariam Abacha Women and Children Hospital cares for VVF patients, post-repair, and skills training to reintegrate them into the society. Safe Motherhood and Vesicovaginal Fistula Day was marked by the Sokoto State Government in collaboration with development partners. In Sokoto, Zainab Said Abdul Nasir, NTA News.
And that's it from Sokoto. Nationwide continues with Ayodeji right after this break. Do stay.
A good farmer is a craftsman of the highest order. It is said, great farmer, great nation. No farmer, no nation. Yes, let's set the ball rolling to build that great Nigeria where good food is in abundance, affordable and easily accessible. The Renewed Hope Initiative, RHI, an initiative of the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, is aligning with the vision and aspiration of the administration of President Bola Tinubu, GCFR, and is organizing the Every Home a Garden competition. The competition is under the scope of agriculture of the Renewed Hope Initiative. For the competition, women are encouraged to immediately plant a garden at home, such that the harvest can provide adequate food on their table and enough to give their neighbor. This competition is open to only women. She must be a first-time farmer. The garden must be in her home, and it is open to women in every state of the Federation and the FCT. Interested participants should do a 30-second video and a picture of the garden which indicates its location to the office of the First Ladies of their various states. The winner of this competition will be announced in December 2024, and the winner of the competition goes home with 20 million naira. Women, join the train. Be part of the food revolution in Nigeria. What are you waiting for? Let's get to work. This message is by the Renewed Hope Initiative, RHI, an initiative of the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON.
Name something people do at parties.
Dance.
Dance! Survey says...
This beautiful dark skin lady, I call her my ignition.
What's the best meal? It's jollof rice. It's jollof rice. Even when I'm sleeping, tired, you just wake me up. Let's go. I love you, Bisola. Oh, yes! Thank you. I'm giving you a spoon now. Fill in the blank. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy that. Can buy love. Luxuries of life.
Effective service delivery. Quick intervention for progress and development in all sectors remain a recurrent desire of Nigerians. To bridge these gaps and accelerate improvement in the people's living conditions, President Bola Tinubu hits the ground running, signing performance bonds with the administration's foot soldiers. Reshaping Democracy debuts on the NTA, putting the 8 presidential priority areas and the implementers on a scale, holding MDAs accountable. Keep a date with the NTA every Tuesday at 10:05 p.m. as we assess government's performance and reshape the nation's democracy.
From the Atlantic across the savannah to the Sahara, we rise, a land of the free, we know they tire. We dream great, our spirit is undying.
Resilient, rooted like palm tree, we sway in colors, we turn dark into light, we make solutions, we ignite passion, yeah. Education is unique, we have more than just a nation.
We are Nigeria, strengthening unity, we know they carry lives. We are Nigeria, together live the dream of a land with great destiny. We are Nigeria.
I am the real Nigerian. Brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
You're welcome back. In furtherance of his establishment of the Office of the Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Action, and to bring clarity to the functions of the office within the climate and green economy ecosystem, Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu has approved the terms of reference for the pioneering office of SPEC. A statement by the Director, Information and Public Relations Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Segun Imohiosen, indicates that by the President's directive, the Office of the Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Action shall be the lead negotiator on climate-related matters on behalf of the federal government and reporting directly to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The lead negotiator on carbon market and management initiatives on behalf of the Federal Republic of Nigeria also has a mandate to integrate the work of the Intergovernmental Committee on National Carbon Market Activation into the climate action plans of the federal government and supervising interface between the Secretariat of the National Council on Climate Change and the NCCC Supervising Council, which is chaired by the President. It is also to coordinate all climate action-related activities across federal ministries, departments and agencies, legislative and subnational entities, which directly impacts the President's climate action and green economic agenda, with a mandate to directly engage other nations, international organizations and non-governmental entities to build coalitions and advance global climate goals in accordance with Nigeria's national interests. Also, part of the responsibility of the Special Envoy on Climate Action include the focal points of the federal government of Nigeria's engagements with the United Nations framework and its Convention on Climate Change, its meetings and other international meetings on climate-related and green economic matters, as well as coordinating the activities of all relevant federal ministries, departments and agencies towards the successful fulfillment of Nigeria's nationally determined contributions, among other responsibilities. The Presidential Committee on Climate Action and Green Economic Solutions has the Secretary, which is chaired by the President. Furthermore, the President has approved the expansion of the membership of the Presidential Committee on Climate Action and Green Economic Solutions, CAGE. The committee comprises additional members to include the representative from the Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, the representative from the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the representative from the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Gas, the representative from the Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, while also the NNPCL will be represented alongside the Special Assistant to the President on Energy Transition, Ms. Yasin Mohammed, the representative from the Energy Transition Office, Mr. Samkele Awakalu, and the Presidential Committee on Climate and Action and Green Economic Solutions will be inaugurated in July. The President emphasizes diligence, dedication, and patriotism in the execution of these critical national assignments with a view to realizing his administration's agenda on climate action and green industrial growth for the long-term benefit of the Nigerian people and Africans at large. Well, let's also tell you that the President has approved the appointment of a chairperson for the National Council on Climate Change. I beg your pardon, I was still trying to verify that, but let's now give you the confirmed and authoritative report that the President, Bola Tinubu, has approved the appointment of Dr. Nkiruka Madueke as the Director General, Chief Executive Officer of the National Council on Climate Change in interim capacity, pending the confirmation of appointments by the NCC Supervisory Council. The President has also approved that Dr. Madueke, who is 39 and holds a Bachelor of Law degree, a Master's degree in Environmental Law and Policy from the University of Dundee in the United Kingdom, and a doctorate degree in law from the University of Hull, UK, is to serve as the co-chairperson of the Intergovernmental Committee on National Carbon Market Activation Plan. President Tinubu says the appointment is in accordance with his commitments to actualize Nigeria's green industrial vision, boost investor confidence, and unlock sustainable economic value through various climate finance instruments. Now to a bit of education matters. Kano State's government is to embark on the renovation of primary and junior secondary schools across the 44 local government areas in the state. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf disclosed this at a ceremony marking the declaration of state of emergency on education in Kano State. Abdullahi Mustafa has the details.
Policymakers, educational administrators, development partners, teachers and students came together to witness an event considered most important by the government of Kano State.
Nearly 4 out of every 5 classrooms in our primary and junior secondary schools are marred by dilapidation and disrepair.
Declaration of state of emergency on education and official launch of some development initiatives in the sector. This includes presentation of 5,600 newly recruited teachers, distribution of educational materials and flag-off of mass renovation of school infrastructure.
We have already given ahead to the SUBEB to chart out a training roster for all the teachers in the state employment.
Governor Yusuf also thanked First Lady Oluremi Tinubu for supporting the state with 110,000 exercise books for distribution to primary schools. Former Governor Rabi Musa Konkoso commended the state government for allocating 29.9% of its 2024 budget to education. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
The Nigeria Union of Teachers has applauded the Ministry of Education for its dedication to teachers' welfare and education development. This was during a visit to the Minister of State for Education, Yusuf Tanko Sununu, led by the National President, Comrade Aldu Titus Amba. The NUT delegation congratulates the ministers on their one-year anniversary in office, which is due in August, and also discussed critical issues affecting the education sector. Acknowledging the importance of teachers in the education system, Dr. Sununu expressed his appreciation for the visits, highlighting the President's commitments to prioritizing education and teachers, citing the approval of Nigeria's participation in the Africa Federation of Teaching Regulatory Authorities Conference in Lusaka, Zambia.
And you can be put out if you fail to comply with code of conduct.
The agenda laid down by this administration in terms of moving education forward is something that we as teachers, we need to key into it, make sure the government succeeds.
The minister emphasized the need for teachers' professionalism and registration with the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. He stressed that only qualified and registered teachers should be employed in schools, ensuring the sustainability of teaching standards. Governor Mai Malabuni this Sunday joined the electorate in Boningari Town, Guchbal local government area of Yobe State, where he cast his ballot in the local government council poll conducted by the State Independent Electoral Commission. Yunusa Suleiman captured the mood and now reports.
In Gujiba local government area of Yobe State has once again comes alive as Governor Mai Malabuni stormed the town to cast his ballot in the local government council election amidst cheers by the residents. The number one man in the state then exercised his franchise after he was accredited by the electoral officials.
That's democracy for you, is to give the people the right to cast their votes, that is to exercise their civic rights. And that is what we just saw, and I'm highly impressed with the outcome.
Governor Buni is visiting the town for the second time this year, with the first being during the Yobe East senatorial by-election. In Damaturu, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
Let's also tell you that electoral process for local government elections in Bauchi states are ongoing, with a call on journalists to take into consideration the need for the public to be properly guided. Chairman of Bauchi State Independent Electoral Commission, Ahmed Makama, stated this at a press briefing on the level of preparations so far. Correspondent Zainab Agbola reports.
Invitation to all chairmen of the political parties and other stakeholders for the election process and discussion about its conduct were the major issues highlighted by the State Electoral Commission. Ahmad Makama has used the opportunity to appeal to people to conduct themselves appropriately during the election, which is slated to hold on the 10th of August 2024.
Help us inform the public, especially citizens of Bauchi State, that local government elections are going to hold on Saturday, 10th of August 2024. The process has begun. I'm informing you, and by extension the people of the state will invite chairmen of political parties, stakeholders, all people that have something to do with the election. We will formally invite and inform them.
Chairman also said the commission is looking forward to conducting the election peacefully in all the 20 local government areas of the state in Bauchi. Zainab Agbola, NTA News.
Time now to go over to our Benin Network Center, and Obehi will be our guide. It's over to you, Obehi.
Welcome to Benin. Governor Godwin Obaseki says it has become imperative for Nigeria to develop its technology base by taking advantage of its human and material endowments to be relevant in the international market. This was the view of the governor while launching the Edo State Technical Talent Development Policy and the State Work-Based Learning Program at the Government House. Good Luck Enaini reports.
And talent program in Edo State.
The launch of the learning program to many marks the beginning of a new era of collaboration between the state government and private sector to make Edo a hub for sourcing of technical manpower in the near future. It is also aimed at mainstreaming technical and vocational education. In the view of Governor Obaseki, Nigeria has no choice but to develop her TVET system to reduce volume of importation and start producing for domestic consumption and export. He says the programs are to reenact educational systems that will create productive citizens in the society with skills and vocations for self-dependency.
As a country, we have no choice but to develop our TVET system. Because we had the petrodollars, we could always import. So there was no emphasis on making things ourselves here. Today, we are where we are. But we will not disappear. What must now happen is for us to now understand and realize that those things we used to go and buy from outside, we must now make ourselves.
The annual public-private sector business roundtable with the team Impactful Technical and Vocational Education and Training through Work-Based Learning had in attendance various stakeholders in private sector organizations and traditional rulers. In Benin, Good Luck Enaini, NTA News.
And from human capital development now, we move to health. Research has it that there are still many expectant mothers who do not give birth in a health facility, thereby increasing the chances of infant and maternal mortality. Experts believe that there is constant need to raise awareness about the risks and other challenges faced by mothers, especially as it relates to pregnancies, deliveries, and postnatal care. In this special report, Elizabeth Omoko takes a look at the significance of safe motherhood with the aim of ensuring a brighter future for mothers and children.
In Nigeria in 2023 alone, statistics from the Federal Ministry of Health show that nearly 57,000 women died in complications of pregnancy and childbirth, even as some of the cases are preventable. It is therefore imperative to continue to raise awareness about this health issue and other challenges faced by women as it concerns childbirth. Again, awareness promoting initiatives aimed at ensuring safe pregnancies and postnatal care, which safeguard the health of both mothers and newborns, are also a priority. It also provides an opportunity for some women to highlight the areas of concern.
I heard of a woman that died very close to my house. Reason being, she did not register for antenatal. She was not properly taken care of. She was not checked.
Childbirth at home is a very common phenomenon, especially with women that are less educated. We see here day in and day out of mothers who give birth by themselves at home. So, yes, it is common.
The awareness, political will are very, very important. Whatever happens in a state, okay, depends on government. And it's what they put in place that the women that they will follow.
Addressing the underlying determinants of maternal mortality, including poverty, social and gender norms, and lack of access to education, experts say will help build a country where every mother has the opportunity to experience the joy of childbirth in safety and dignity. In Benin, Elizabeth Omoko, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Benin. Nationwide continues with Ayodiji in Abuja.
Fellow Nigerians, it is a good thing to be Nigerian. Good news! The Office of the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is organizing the National Fabric Competition, the hashtag One Nigeria Unity Fabric Competition. The aim is to create a fabric design that would be indigenous to Nigeria, showcasing our culture and unity. This competition is looking out for creativity, concept, and the message of unity. Open to Nigerian youths, both male and female, between the ages of 15 and 25 years. And guess what? You can apply wherever you are in the world as long as you are Nigerian. The winner of this competition goes home with a cash prize of 25 million naira. Are you sure I will not apply for this competition? Submission of entries close on Sunday, 30th of June 2024. Submit your entries by sending pictures of your designs via email to unityfabric.ofl24@statehouse.gov.ng, making sure you capture all parts of your designs. Together, let us unite Nigeria.
Meet lovebirds Jayola and Adama Davies. Their dream of living together as man and wife has finally been fulfilled.
The latest couple in town, Mr. and Mrs. Jaye Davies!
But an invasion by their troublesome families was not a scenario they bargained for. Her mother moves in. His mother shows up with his little niece. Then her younger sister joins the scramble.
You want to stay?
Married life suddenly becomes very complicated even before it started. Follow their story on this channel as they confront every challenge as it comes. Family forever, the story of our lives.
As the month of the Hajj approaches, this is a special time to remember Allah and spend extra time in good deeds. This is a unique opportunity to sincerely repent, get closer to Allah, and combine acts of worship in a way that is impossible at any other time of the year. Furthermore, giving charity attracts great reward, especially in these first 10 days of Dhul Hajj. The world is facing global economic crisis with millions on brink of starvation. You can make a huge difference by supporting and sponsoring this year's Hadaya sacrificial animal to needy communities in our country. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "For every hair of the Hadaya, you receive a reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." Free Hafiz scholarship programs for youth is one of our development projects. With your support, we can build conviction in the heads of Muslims individuals and reunite as community to benefit humanity. For donations to actualize these novel initiatives, Non-Violent Peace Initiative account number 1771660076, Bank Polaris Bank, or Guaranteed Trust Bank account number 0457070109. Management Announcer.
NTA News. First with the news, authentic and reliable.
You're welcome back. Barely a week after seizing a large shipment of codeine-based syrup at the Port Harcourt Ports Complex in Onne, Rivers State, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have again intercepted another consignment of 175,000 bottles of the same opioid imported from India, with another UK-bound opioids intercepted in hair extensions. Sawal Khalil Ibrahim reports.
The latest seizure of 875 cartons of codeine containing 175,000 bottles was made on Friday, 7th June at the Port Harcourt Ports Terminal on Onne during a joint patrol by NDLEA, Customs Service and other security agencies on a container from India en route Enugu. In the same vein, NDLEA officers on Wednesday, 5th June, intercepted 5 different parcels containing illicit drugs concealed in ladies' clothes and synthetic hair going to the United States and the United Kingdom. Some of the seized drugs include ampoules of pentazocine injection, promethazine, and other opioids. The drugs consignments were seized at the courier farm in Lagos. In Kebbi State, the agency on patrol along Kalgo-Birnin Kebbi Road on Saturday, 8th June, arrested a 32-year-old Nigerian with 4,000 pills of diazepam and 1,250 kilograms cannabis concealed in 4 pesticide tanks. In Bauchi State, the officers on patrol along Ningi Kano Road on Wednesday, 5th June, arrested a 20-year-old lady with 25 blocks of cannabis sativa, while their counterpart in Yobe State nabbed a 42-year-old man along Kano. Different illicit substances were intercepted and arrests made in Gombe, Benue, Kebbi, Kaduna, Oyo, Yobe, Bauchi, Kebbi, and the FCT during the week under review. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission has cautioned Nigerian citizens traveling through Switzerland regarding the possession of laser pointers at their airports. This advisory follows the recent detention of Dr. Andrew Esetoa at Geneva Airport for carrying a presentation pointer in his hand luggage after the pointers had been banned in Switzerland since June 1, 2019, of which he was not aware. Chairman NITCOM Abike Dabiri Erewa noted that many immigrants might be unaware of this regulation and urged Nigerian travelers to exercise caution to avoid similar incidents.
For something that we were not even aware about. So
we're sorry about what you went through, but ours is to disseminate such information. So if you're holding this, you're not allowed to travel with it, particularly in Geneva, Switzerland. It's important, and we appeal to the Geneva authorities. Let it be on the at the airports, right? That you hold this, throw it, don't put it in your bag. I think that's just the simple information.
NITCOM boss emphasized the importance of raising awareness about such prohibited items in Switzerland airports and urged Swiss authorities to enhance their communication on such regulations, describing Dr. Andrew's ordeal as avoidable. Dr. Esetowan, a public health expert and project director at the Center for Clinical Care and Clinical Research in Nigeria, was detained on May 25, 2024, after attending a United States Department meeting in Geneva. The Nigerian pilgrims recently arrested by the Saudi security operatives in Mecca for not carrying a Hajj permit called Nusuk have been eventually released. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria coordinator in Mecca, Dr. Aliyu Tanko, who confirmed this to NTA News, however, affirmed that possession of the card is compulsory for all the pilgrims. Correspondent Jamilu Ibrahim reports.
Nusuk card is one of the latest innovations introduced by the Saudi authority aimed at improving the efficiency of the operational procedures for the annual Hajj exercise. The card, which is in digital and physical formats, facilitates easy identification of each pilgrim and is primarily aimed at preventing unauthorized individuals from entering the holy sites. Foreign and domestic pilgrims are therefore required to carry the card during their travel and movement throughout the Hajj season. The card is issued to Nigerian pilgrims by the NACON officials on arrival in Mecca and are enjoined to carry it along with them wherever they go. Some of the pilgrims don't, however, take the Nusuk card seriously and they leave it in the hotel room while going out, even as others say they are yet to be issued one.
Say they will do another one for me, and some people, we are many, they never give us.
2 of my roommates were arrested because of this Nusuk ID card.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria office in Mecca confirms the arrest of no fewer than 7 Nigerian pilgrims by the Saudi security operatives for not carrying the card with them.
They arrested 3 of our pilgrims in one instance and then another 4 in another instance. We had to struggle to get them out after taking them out of Mecca. By this, we said we must advise, we must sensitize our pilgrims to always be carrying the Nusuk card.
At the date of the commencement of the Hajj rites proper draws closer, the NACON assures all Nigerian pilgrims who are yet to get the Nusuk card that they will get it before proceeding to the Muna on 14th June 2024. In addition to being a gate pass to all the holy sites for the pilgrims, the Nusuk card also provides key information about the pilgrim's personal data, address, and health records, which are linked to a mobile phone application. From the holy city of Mecca in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission confirms the arrest of 10 Nigerians allegedly trafficked to Ghana for prostitution. Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, says the girls, 8 from Imo and 2 from Plateau States, are in safe hands. In a statement by the Director of Media, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abdul Rahman Balogun, said the girls are expected to return to Nigeria next week and will be handed over to NAPTIP for further investigation. The documentation filed by the girls indicated that they were being sent to Ghana to work as sales girls. The NITCOM boss expresses concern that while these girls are being rescued, more are probably still being trafficked, noting that traffickers need to be arrested, named, and shamed. Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke says over 12 billion naira has been paid as pension bonds to retirees in Osun State since his assumption of office. Adeleke announced this while presenting bond certificates of 4 billion naira to retirees in Osogbo. Femi Ogun tells us more.
Another tranche of payment to pensioners in Osun State, as Governor Ademola Adeleke stated that taking care of civil servants and senior citizens remains a priority for his government. He announced that doubling of pension and gratuity funds since his assumption of office is a great step of his government to making sure retirees get their entitlements as at when due.
I invite us all to note that the administration of my two predecessors for 12 years paid 11 billion. My dear senior citizen, we achieved the above on common feet by thinking out of the box and by personal sacrifices among my team.
The pensioners were grateful to the governor, declaring their support for his administration.
You have brought life back into our system. In those days, sir, we have been waiting for the past 7 years. But today, the queue is moving.
The 4 billion naira pension bond was given to 247 retirees from state and local government levels. In Osogbo, Femi Ogun, NTA News.
And now to a bit of sports. Nigerian sprint star Rosemary Chukwuma won bronze medal in the final of women's 100 meters at NCAA championships in Oregon, USA. For this and other stories, let's join Suleiman Musa.
We begin with football. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will be looking forward to secure a very crucial victory to reignite their hopes of qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup finals when they face Benin Republic in their next qualifying match. The 3-time Africa Cup of Nations winners will be seeking to bounce back from their recent 1-1 draw against South Africa in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, as Nigerians expect nothing less than a win.
Much is not lost. We expect a very robust reaction. Nigeria now has 3 points, 3 draws with 3 points, and the top team, which is Lesotho, has 5 points. So hopefully, if we're playing Benin on Monday, if all goes well, we might just churn out a result.
To athletics, Nigerian sprint star Rosemary Chukwuma capped off her collegiate career with a podium finish, clinching the bronze medal in the women's 100-meter final at the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships in her final year representing Texas Tech University. Chukwuma clocked an impressive time of 10.90 seconds to secure third place in the highly competitive 100-meter final at the Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon. Meanwhile, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, has assured Nigerians that no Nigerian athlete will be disqualified because of doping regulation violation at the 2024 Olympics in Paris, France, as all necessary measures has been put in place to ensure Team Nigerian athletes meet all the needed requirements of the World Anti-Doping Standards. Nigeria, in the last Olympic Games in Tokyo, Japan, saw 10 athletes ejected from the Games after they failed to present evidence of the required tests. And finally, world number 1 Scottie Scheffler recovered from a mid-round triple bogey to stretch his lead to 4 shots after 3 rounds of the Memorial Tournament. Overnight leader Scheffler was 2 under after 8 holes, but saw his 3-shot advantage evaporate on the 9th after driving his tee shot into the trees. However, the American was able to regain his composure, starting with a birdie on the next hole and finished with a 1 under par 71 after 2 further birdies and a bogey on the 18th. With Sport Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
And a bit from the French Open, where the final is ongoing in the men's singles between Alex Zverev and Carlos Alcaraz. Let's just confirm to you now that it's 2-1 up between Zverev and Carlos Alcaraz, 3-6, 6-2, 7-5, with Zverev just taking the third set some minutes ago. Surely we anticipate a fourth or even a fifth and final set. That's nationwide. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. On behalf of the entire production crew, enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.